Are we a programming language? Are we a carrier of paper products? No, we are a technology club. Okay, so I'd like to introduce the executive board. As I've already introduced, I'm the president. I am here to help answer any of your questions. And my nick on IRC is Rainbows, so if you go on IRC, you see me, say hi. Then Adrian is our VP.
Hi.
He's in charge of getting speakers, so if you have someone you would like to present, or if you have a comment of a type of speaker you would like, I would go to him for your questions on that. And Foust is our treasurer.
That's me. My real name is Jeff.
Lies.
Steve Forelli is our event coordinator.
Yeah, it's my last name. I'm unoriginal.
So
Yeah.
if you guys want to know what an event is, he's probably the guy to talk to because he's got everything down. And Pablo is the secretary. So he does the very important job of recording all of our meeting notes. So he's usually at every single event and meeting. So he's also a good person to talk to if you want to know what's going on. And Malone does all of our advertising. And Placentia does all of our media. So I don't know if you can see him right now, but he should be recording.
I'm over here, guys.
He's
My
recording
name's Jose,
this
by the way.
Conference. So if you can't attend a Swift meeting, you can actually go to our website, and we actually have a link to our YouTube videos where we list past presentations. So if that's something that's an interest to you. So what we do is we really try to use a hands-on approach to learning. My goal is to make it so 50% of our stuff, at least, is hands-on. We're showing you how to do something. So you come out of here knowing more than when you came, and you don't feel like you're lost, and you don't feel like I didn't learn anything. Because I know it's hard for the whole school to keep up with technology because it just goes so fast that we're trying to bridge that gap and make sure that you guys have all of the information you need when you graduate. You can get jobs and stuff.
All right, guys, so this is my apartment. So next week we have Silence coming out. They're a startup down in Irvine. They do a lot of different things in security. Part of what they do is their motto is learn with math. So part of their data model is a lot of science stuff. They focus on detecting malware on a system without using signatures. Most antiviruses today use signatures to detect something. They don't use that. They have some really interesting technology they use to do that. And they also do incident response and forensics. And they combine all of it into one really cool package. And they're going to be coming out to, next week and speaking about this. They're going to be doing some real-world examples of some forensic stuff they've done, and they're going to be describing a little bit about what they do. And from what I've heard, they're also accepting interns. So if anybody is interested, make sure you bring your resume. So some of the other talks we're doing is what's life like for somebody who does freelance forensics. This is an alumni from Swift. He was the president a couple years ago and got into forensics. He runs his own little freelance job, and he has some interesting stories to tell. We'll also be having coal-fire security, the NSA, have some development talks, and one of the focuses that we're going to be doing this year is, or this quarter, is going to be getting everybody ready for different competitions that go on. Some of you may be aware of CCDC. We're very involved in that. Also, we are involved in CTFs and also hackathons. So we are putting together a bunch of workshops to train people and get people ready. If you're not wanting to participate in these competitions, but you're interested in what they teach, Captain Flags can teach you how to secure your systems. CCDC can teach you how to secure your systems. They also can teach you what's wrong with common coding practices when you go out and do internships. They can teach you to spot any number of issues when you're on a system and you're working. There are also a lot of interesting challenges. People that win some of these competitions get thousands and thousands of dollars when they win. So, you know, we'll do what we can to help you guys out. Some of the other things we're doing is a red team workshop and a practical red team discussion. We have a guy who is going to be coming out this quarter. This is his story. He went out and he had to get into a building. He had no way to get into the building except through shipping. And you know, it's kind of hard to ship somebody normally. So what he did was he ordered a box that could carry him in. I believe it was a Pelican case. He sealed himself in there with some food, water, cut a hole in it to breathe, and he shipped himself into the building. Got right past security and, you know, was able to compromise the company. So we're going to have some guys coming out this quarter that are going to be talking about that. I really hope you come out to it. The talk is really hilarious, and I really hope you come out for those. And then they will also be participating in a red team workshop, which will teach you some of the basics. I'm afraid we can't teach you how to break into a building by shipping yourself to them. But what we can do is teach you how to get into systems using common attacks and exploits that are used every day. And that will be either on a Friday or a Saturday, so we'll let you know in advance on that. We're doing quite a few events also in terms of conferences and exhibits and that type of thing. We are going to Scale, which is Southern California Linux Expo. That happens in January or February? I'm playing my words. February? Okay, there you go. February, and it's a really great conference. They teach you a lot of different things. There's only so much you can learn in school. These guys do it every day in industry, and they come out and they spend 3 days teaching everybody what they want to learn. It's a really great conference. They're friendly. You don't have to worry about, you know, losing your social security number because it's not DEF CON. They're really, it's a really great conference. They've been doing it for 14 years now, and I do recommend you go. The other one we're going to is Mini DEF CON, which is called TourCon. That's in San Diego, and it's a really entertaining event. They are dedicated to mentoring. So if you want to learn some of these things like our Red Team workshop, they do the same type of thing, but these are the guys who spend all day, every day of the year, you know, focusing on this and then doing high-level stuff, or not high-level, low-level stuff. They'll be breaking into binaries that you didn't even know could be compromised. So, you know, you got a lot of opportunity here. And then in a couple of weeks, we are doing a pineapple hacking, where you have a chance to win pineapple. And the screen goes blank. So pineapple is a wireless hacking tool. You've probably seen it in the little rectangle with a big antenna sticking up. Those things are really, really awesome because you can just, you know, own a lot of wireless. And the school, with collaboration with Swift, is going to be doing a live demo of this. We got some old routers. We're going to be exploiting, I believe, WPA2, which is what most people use on their wireless networks. So you'll have a chance to mess with that, and there'll be a raffle, and you'll have a chance to win that. So that's, I believe, all that we have right now. There's more that'll be coming, so keep an eye out on the emails. And keep in mind, most of these workshops, activities, like going to Scale and TourCon, you get discounts to go there. Those are only available if you are a member. So sign up early, sign up now, because you get priority registration for those events. You get priority into workshops, and some of the workshops are only members only. That would be better. But if you don't register right away, you'll be, you know, unable to register because some of them, the workshops are only 20 spaces. So if you have membership, definitely do it today. And with that, that's our club for this quarter.
I'd like to add something to that. I highly suggest the cold fire talk because they always give us case studies. So what they do is they take a case that they had and show us how they solved it. And it's usually something like really interesting. Like they had some cases like where they were dealing with banks in Africa and people were stealing the money and auditing them, which is really entertaining to have to deal with that. And also Scale, last year we got it so our club paid for members' rooms. I think we paid for a little bit of their food, and we gave them discounts on tickets for scale. So I'm gonna do my best to see that we can try to do that again this year. And in case you don't know, a workshop is hands-on training. So anytime we label something a workshop, that means we're gonna have demos, and we're gonna have you guys bring your computers and show you guys how to do it while you're in the workshop. We will make sure that we have different skill levels for the workshops. So if you're a beginner, we'll have beginner workshops. If you're more advanced, we will definitely have more advanced workshops. And some will just put a beginner section and an advanced section in one workshop. And I wanted to go over a little bit about scale. I've been to a lot of conferences, and so far, scale is my favorite. It's a bit of a smaller conference, so it's a lot, it seems a lot friendlier to me just because I like smaller conferences because I'm a little bit of an introvert, so that works out for me, and I feel like I just learn the most from this conference. Also, it helped that they had one day where they got like every single game you could ever think of, pretty much, and put it in a room and let us play with them. That was awesome. TourCon, that one is coming up really quickly. It's in October. I think it's 17th and 18th.
22nd and 26th.
I got this. But this is, like, Scale is very much for Linux. If you're interested in more hardware and hacking hardware and stuff, that's what TourCon is. Like, Tor is just root spelled backwards. So to give you an idea of what the convention's about. Then there's DEF CON. We had a lot of people from our club last year go, and I think everyone has it all. This is a huge conference, and I mean huge. There's so many people going to this. Like, they keep having to change hotels because they can't accommodate the amount of people that we get coming to this. So if you want to know people in the industry, this is definitely a good conference to go because most people are there. This year we also had our alumni help and work together and get a little penthouse suite where the Swift people all met, like current and past Swift people, and just talked and hung out. It was a little gathering. It was really awesome. I highly suggest getting to know the alumni because they already have jobs in the field that can help you out as long as you're decently nice to them and they usually try to do their best. The Mohawk there is at DEF CON. If you donate $20 to the EFF to help with the freedom of the internet, like they're trying to go against that act where they destroyed a lot of the protections we had where we can look up anything we wanted and that kind of stuff. So I highly suggest supporting the EFS, but so you see a bunch of people with Mohawks around there. It's very fun. Goals for the year. Of course, pizza every meeting. Because I know that's why a lot of you guys love going here. Then we have, I want to make sure we have social gatherings and events. So we're not just a Let's Learn Technology club, we're also a community. Because I want to make sure people feel like they're involved in the community. Because the more you feel like you belong here, the easier it is for you to learn new stuff in technology and stuff. Because you're having a good time. When you have a good time, it's easy to pick up new things. And Fire Talks, what Fire Talks are short 15-minute talks, but they go over a subject matter that maybe we couldn't do a full talk on otherwise. Like maybe one of the Fire Talks is going to be like IP tables, and we just wanted to do a short little talk on it. And it helped, and it's a really good way to be introduced to a bunch of different things really quickly. Here's a bunch of the workshops also that people have suggested, and we're going to try to get going. like ham radios, getting your radio license. We tried to do it last year. We're going to try to do it again. The issue is we want to make sure that we can get people tested, and we need 3 people with a really high-level license to get that accomplished. So we're working on the last person getting a license because we've got 2 out of 3. We wanted to see if we can do something with like tamper evident stuff. So I want to make sure we have something for people like interested in more of the hardware stuff as well as the software. And I also tried to make sure we put networking things as well, so we have a little bit of everything. Of course, we have a lot of security workshops because we are a security club. So, membership. I highly suggest membership because it helps us get our pizza. We can't afford pizza without people becoming members. It also helps us get lab resources. Like we use the membership in order to use our Linode accounts. That's what part of your membership goes to. And we give you access to a bouncer, so you can go and use IRC whenever you want. You don't have to worry about IPs changing or your NIC changing or anything like that, because we set it up. We help you set it up. And we definitely, as we mentioned earlier, we give you discounts and rides to the conventions. Like we usually, like for DEF CON, we definitely carpool, because that's all the way up in Vegas, and I'm pretty sure most of you guys don't want to drive that alone. So we try to make it so we fill up cars, just have one person, or have like 4 different people driving. So we usually bring like 20 people with us, at least, to the conventions. So it's definitely fun. The picture there is the back of the t-shirt that we give you with membership. We actually had a graphic designer design it, so it should look pretty nice at home. We're going to also give you raffle tickets. As you see, there's sign-in sheets. Were they passed around?
I think so.
Okay. When you sign into those sheets, what we do is we tally off your signature and count them all up at the end of the quarter, and we use that tally to give you guys raffle tickets. The more you show up to our events and stuff, the more raffle tickets you get. Members, of course, get extra raffle tickets. Like non-members don't really get so many raffle tickets. Like maybe we'll give you like 1 or 2 if you're a non-member, but members, every time they show up, it counts as a ticket for them to win a prize. And sometimes we have some awesome prizes. I know we already have like a Steam gift card in the raffle for this quarter.
They're not small, they're like $20 each. It's like half a game.
So that's also a little bit of where your membership goes into. So make sure you guys sign in because that helps you with the raffle. If you want to contact us, we talk primarily on IRC. That's also where you get to talk to our alumni. So if you want like a regular, just friends talking and getting to know each other kind of setting, that's where IRC usually gives you. Because we have the Pound Swift channel, and there you can just lurk for a while, see what's going on, and then like start talking. And I try to make it so people are as friendly as possible. We will try to help any technical questions you guys have, but there's also a limit. Like if it's something like we ask straight up what a definition is, we're probably going to tell you to Google it. But if it's a question that we can tell like you actually researched and spent like at least 5 minutes looking into how to solve it yourself, we will do our best to go and help you fix the issue or explain how what's going on. So I wanted to show you guys a little bit about how to access IRC because it's such a big part of our club. So if you get a bouncer, connect.csupromoter.edu with your Bronco name.
Does anyone know what this is?
What's a terminal?
Oh, hey, there's a couple of you. No, but in all honesty,
Raise
right?
hands. How many of you have SSH'd into your Cal Poly account?
Anybody?
Oh, wow.
Oh, hey, that's not too bad. So yeah.
If you guys haven't, every student gets an account, and you should seriously consider looking into it because you can store stuff there, and it's kind of nice.
So whenever you guys log onto the Windows machines, you guys see you have like your own personal drive. That's all part of this system, right?
So I'm showing you guys the hard way. If you guys want to go the easy way to go to IRC, ignore my email, then all you have to do is go into calpolyswift.org. And go to IRC. And we have a little link to the rules of chat to help you not get kicked from the channel. Put it in it. UV. And you just connect. And
Yeah, sorry, you can't get in here, newbie.
that is the case. Plastic. There we go.
That's totally legit username. That will get you kicked out.
Okay. And it auto joins Swift for you.
So Swift is, or excuse me, IRC is like instant messaging back in the 1800s or whatever when it came out, right? So this is like it's like a giant chat room. If you guys remember like AOL chat rooms or something like that, that's kind of the technology you got going on here.
So this is the basic way to connect. The reason I was going over a little bit about what I do is use SSH to connect. And I have to remember my password. What you can do is you can just screen on our SSI slash
IRC.greened.
I can type. And once it connects to the server, you just join CommSwift.
Two ways to skin the same cat, really.
There is I went through that really quickly because there is a tutorial on how to do it on our Swift website. If you go to resources. So this is why I don't suggest necessarily staying with the web chat for too long, because every time you leave the page, you're disconnected. But if you go to resources, we actually have two different tutorials. We have a PDF IRC tutorial, and we have IRSSI screen tutorial. This one shows more of the commands using screen. Screen is really awesome because you can resume a session, like say you're SSHing to the school server, and you're using Vim, which is just like a text editor. You get disconnected, you didn't save. If you use screen, all you do is you resume your screen session and everything's still there and you didn't lose anything.
Basically, it does not scroll back. When you log in via the anonymous way or through the website, screen allows you to sit there logged into your channels at all times, and you can just go revisit your IRSSI session because it's constantly logging your channels. Otherwise, you don't see the messages if you're not in channel.
Does that make sense to you guys?
And if this is all French or some other language you
Then
don't
join the
understand,
Facebook group, because Swift has a Facebook group.
that, and we're going to have Linux Install Fest. So I don't know if you guys know about Linux, but you're going to get the hands-on understanding of what is a terminal? How do I navigate a terminal? What are these commands that they're throwing at me? I don't understand. You'll be able to run through all of this stuff in front of the in front of people that actually know what they're doing, and they'll help you out throughout the entire way. So this is.
Does that sound good to you guys? I think that's the end of our presentation. If you have questions or would like to sign up, please come to either me over here, and we can help sign you up.
Before everyone breaks, I have a couple questions. How many people in here are like Linux gurus? Know exactly what you're doing? Nobody? Okay, kind of know your way around Linux? All right, all right. Well, Windows guys, Windows experts. I'm like a Windows admin in real life, and I know how to do directory controller. Okay, I'm kind of a Windows guy. I admin the box every once in a while. Who has absolutely no clue what technology is? Come on, I know there's a couple of you in the crowd, right? All right, hey, you're honest. I like that. So one of our big things, right, is workshops. I'm the event coordinator again. My name's Chris. So one of the reasons I'm asking you guys these things is because I kind of want to understand what you guys are looking for out of Swift and how you guys want your experience to be here, right? So we're bringing in as many workshops and as people as we can to bring your skills up and bring you guys, to that apex, right? I'm the guru of Linux, guru of Windows, guru of networking. That's another one. Cisco, Juniper guys, a couple. Get out of here. So I know. So one of the things we've done is we worked with the school to do certifications. Dr. Pike right here in the front, which is what is our you didn't introduce Dr. Pike. You totally forgot about that. He's the professor that's our link to the school, right? So he worked with Juniper to get Juniper out here, and a lot of the students actually went out and got our JNCIAs in a quick tutorial or a quick weekend. So what I'm looking for is, what you guys want to see out of us. IRC is a great way to get in contact with us. That's why Tracy threw it up there. You guys got suggestions. You want to see something. If you want to really see the CIA back here, which we've had before, drop us a line. Did you throw up the eBoard email address, actually?
We can write on the board.
That's a good idea. So the eBoard has an email address. We all check it, and we're really on top of that. And also, I think in the next email, you'll probably get some more contact information from us. But essentially, let us know what you want. This quarter, we've got most of our 1-hour talks during lunch taken up. But we still have room for a lot of workshops. So you guys want more Linux stuff besides Linux Install Fest? Like say, hey, I want to know how to, I don't know, install an email server, right? Who knows? Or I want to, basic adminning, or I want, Windows, user credential stuff, or whatever it is. Doesn't matter how nitty gritty it gets. If you want lock picking, if you want, because that's something like I have an interest in, right? Or you want microcontroller stuff, let us know. And the more input we get, the better we can tailor our, your experience, right? Make sure that you guys, are here every time. Also, it looks like we're going to need extra seats. You guys are like packed in here. So we'll try and get that done too. If you guys have any questions, now would be a great time. If not, we really appreciate you guys coming by, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Don't forget, $35 gets you all your membership and a t-shirt. And a t-shirt, yeah. I just asked him.
If you guys have the sign-in sheet,
Because I got a roll. I got to give it.
next week's fine.
I taught myself everything I know before coming to college. And when I came to college, I learned a bunch. So every day.
This is signing for you, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, wait a
Okay, do you want to come out?
I can take a couple guys over here. We're trying to sign up.
Like I was playing with it.